3 talks about area of a parallelogram and trapezoids. Okay, when you are finding the area of the parallelogram, you need a base and you need a height. The base of the parallelogram is the length of any side. It doesn't matter which one, it's any of the sides. Because all the sides are
Parallel.
are congruent. A congruent parallelogram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There could be a 20 of them.
The height of a parallelogram is where you draw the perpendicular distance between the side whose length is the base and the opposite side. So I draw the perpendicular, okay? So if I'm trying to find the area of a parallelogram, I do the base times the height, okay? So how would I figure out what the area of this parallelogram is?
8 meters times 6 meters.
8 meters, because it's 8, area equals base times height. My base is 8 meters times 6 meters, and what do you end up getting? What's 8 times 6?
48.
48. Yeah, 48 what? Meters squared. 48 meters squared. Okay? 48 meters squared. Make sure that you put your unit of measure with it or your answer is wrong. The base of a parallelogram is 5 inches. This doesn't have a picture, it just has words. The base of a parallelogram is 5 inches. The height is twice the base. Find the area. How do I figure that out?
5 times 10.
Okay, why times 10?
Because it's twice the
Because the height is twice the base. The base is 5. Twice of 5 times 2 is 10. So my area is 5 inches times 10 inches, which gives me what?
50 inches squared.
Inches squared. Okay? How do we feel about finding the area of a parallelogram? Simple.
Sorry.
Okay. Talking about trapezoids, okay? The base of a trapezoid is the lengths of its parallel sides. So you're looking for the two sides that are parallel to each other. Those are the bases. A trapezoid has 2 bases, okay? Not these sides, the ones that are parallel to each other, okay? Not the diagonals, the ones that are parallel. Those are both bases. You need both bases to find the area of a trapezoid, okay? The height of the trapezoid is, again, the perpendicular distance between the sides that are the bases. So I come in and draw a perpendicular line from base 1 to base 2, okay? The area for a trapezoid is 1/2 of base 1 plus base 2. You have to add base 1 and base 2 in parentheses first before you multiply it by 1/2 and before you multiply it by the height. Add the bases first, multiply it by 1/2, multiply it by the height, you get the area of your trapezoid, okay? If you don't add them first, you will do the problem wrong. Yes?
All the forms and stuff for the half.
Yep. Okay, so 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So, here's a trapezoid right here. How do I set up my area?
1/2 parentheses
4
4
plus
plus 9
Uh-huh.
times 8
What is it?
times 2.
Times 2.5. Okay, what is 4 plus 9? 13. And so my area equals, what's 13 divided by 2? What's half of 13?
6.5.
6.5. And then 6.5 times 2.5 gives me what?
13? Or no, wait.
6.5.
34.25.
64.25?
16.
Oh, 16.25. And then what is that?
Centimeters squared.
Yep, because I have to have a unit measure. Okay, that's how you set up finding the area of a trapezoid. Yes, Carter?
Could you do which the 13 times 2.5 first and then divide by 2? Or does it have to be in that?
Yeah, you can do 13 times 2.5 first and then divide by 2. They'll come out with the same answer, as long as you do what's in parentheses first. Okay. The height of a trapezoid is 6 meters. One of its bases is 8 meters. The area of the trapezoid is 54 meters squared. Find the other base. So now I'm working the problem backwards. How do I set that up?
You do backwards. 54 meters equals.
Okay, 54 equals, because that is my area, right? 54 meters squared equals what? What comes now in the formula?
I know it's times 6.
1/2. Okay, and then parentheses.
8 plus x.
8 plus x, because I don't know the other
and then
base,
times 6.
times 6. Now, let's work this backwards. Okay, I'm gonna take this away from here so that we can just work with numbers right now. Let's work this backwards. I need to get x by itself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to get rid of? Okay, but I can't do that yet because it's in parentheses. I have 1/2 and 6, right? What is 6 doing in that problem right now? So how do I get rid of 6? Divide everything by 6. What's 54 divided by 6?
9.
And I get 9 equals 1/2 of 8 plus x. How do you get rid of 1/2?
You divide it.
You could divide or
You
you
multiply.
flip and multiply. So instead of 1/2, I'm multiplying by
2.
2. So I'm taking this whole thing here and multiplying it by 2, which cancels this out, right? And I take this and I multiply it by 2. 2 times 9 is?
18.
And 18 equals 8 plus x. Now what?
You divide.
Subtract
Or you
Subtract 8.
Subtract 8 from each side.
And x equals 10. There's the
Okay.
10 what?
10 centimeters.
No.
Squared.
Oh,
Meters. Centimeters squared.
It's not the area, it's just 10 meters.
meters.
10 meters, not the area. I know some of you said it right, some of you didn't. I'm just correcting.
Yeah,
Relax.
30.
So you might have to work the problem backwards to find one of the bases, or you might have to work it backwards to find the height. Okay? You can do that. You are more than capable of doing that algebra. You've done it the whole time. Okay? Now, last problem. This is a word problem, and it says, you are building an L-shaped desk for your room. The dimensions of the desktop are shown. Find the area of this desktop. How do I do that?
I would not know.
I don't want
You can do 8. Do the. Oh gosh.
What shape? Look at this for me. They
It's a
divided this up
trapezoid.
for you. What shape is this section of the L?
That is trapezoid.
It is a trapezoid. So if I want to find the area of the desktop,
You do 8 plus 5 and then multiply that by 3.
yes, I do. Area equals. No, it's not. I'll tell you why in a second.
Are you going to split them?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a trapezoid because this and this are parallel to each other. This is not a square. That's not a square or a rectangle. Look, that's a diagonal. It's trapezoid. It has 4 sides and only 2 are parallel to each other.
So 5.
So 8 plus 5. This happens to be a perfect right angle from the base to the base 1 to base 2. So that's my height. So if I find the area of that first, I can take that total and add it to the area of, what shape is this?
That's a trapezoid.
A trapezoid as well, right here. Boom, trapezoid, this whole thing.
And then
So what's my other formula I have to set up?
A equals
1.5.
1
4 plus 9 times 3.
Okay, so let's do this one first. What's 8 plus 5?
13.
13.
What's 13 times?
39.
Okay, 3 divided by 2. Because
No, what'd you
when
say?
you times by 1/2, you divide by 2.
1.5. Is that an arrow?
19.5.
Yeah, it's just an arrow.
Is it 19.5?
19.5.
Yes, 19.
Okay, 19.5 feet squared. It's just an arrow so that I can show you that's the answer. That's all I was doing. Okay, what's 4 plus 9?
13.
13. What's 13 times 3?
Is it the same thing?
39. And then 3 divided by 2.
It's 19.5.
It's 19.5. So, how much is my total area?
30.
What's 0.5 plus
30,
0.5?
39.
0, 39?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, 39.
Yeah,
It is 39.
I
You're right.
said.
39 feet
Squared.
squared.
I know.
Okay? Yes,
What
question.
about the little triangle at the end?
It's not a triangle at the end. Look, this here is your trapezoid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that
It
was.
looks like there's another
Is
pizza
your
side.
height to
I'm
that
sorry.
Pizza
trapezoid.
I
Hut.
mixed up that.
Of course. It looks like the pizza. Hut.
Okay, does that make sense? Okay.
Right.
So, those are the 2 things you are focusing on in 10.3. You're finding the area of a parallelogram, which is super simple because it's base times height. The height is the perpendicular between the base and the opposite side. You are finding the area of a trapezoid, which is 1/2 of base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Base 1 and base 2 are the parallel sides. And the height is, again, the perpendicular between those 2 sides. Okay? this is what you are doing for your homework on 10.3. Let me give it to you.
Craig, why is a bad joke?
Isn't there a quiz today, Miss Peters?
Not today.
I mean tomorrow. I mean Friday.
Friday.
Is it over this?
It's over this whole